We live in an age where those in power are openly using every weapon at their disposal to impose their will upon the future. Where the principles of authoritarianism and individualism stand in open conflict in the streets, in the courts, in the news, in everyday life. Where the choices we make and the choices that are made for us have consequences no one can foresee. You do not stand alone. You do not fight alone. You do not suffer alone. We are united. We resist. We are here with you. As long as there is a truth that remains hidden, as long as lies are spread openly, we will continue to speak out. We will continue to question. We will continue to be the united resistance.
What do you want to do now, Cap?
The same thing we always do. Fight them until we can't.
Oh, yes, that's right. We are fighting them till we can't. What's up? It is me, the Supreme Heretic. What's going on, guys? And listen, yes, I am laying across my bed live from room 111 at the Extended Stay America in Avon, Ohio. This is your host, Supreme Heretic, aka Drew. And it looks like I'm flying solo tonight because we literally started the show probably 5 minutes before the starting time because I have just had a full day. And so I'll tell you guys why. So recently, and obviously I'm still stuck here doing the motel life, but you can see now I'm in a double room. And I'm in a double room because me and the future wife decided to pool resources, and we are now cohabitating in one room. It's a big step, but yet another step in our future life together. So, very interesting, very exciting. Think we're about 4 days in so far to it, and as you can imagine, with serious couples, there are ups and downs. You know, compromises are made, but in the end, we get along well. We don't argue, we don't fight, and you know, pretty respectful of one another's quirks and space and things like that. So it works out. Yeah. So here's the other thing. So to update you guys on my plans, I am for the foreseeable future in Ohio, as my wife to be has her son enrolled in a great school district here. Thank God it's not a woke school district. It is one of the best in the country, if I'm being honest. It's one of the best in Ohio. She wants to keep her son enrolled there. I fully support that. And we're going to go with that plan. So I'm here for the next few years. I'm not leaving Ohio. And, it sucks. You guys know where I have my heart set. But obviously, when you meet your person, things can change at the drop of a hat. And they did. So, hey, it's exciting. You know, life is not dull right now. I can say that. Oh God, I love the comments, you guys. CAC44 says toilet seat down, Drew. Tip. Papa Cotton says it takes just as much effort to put the seat up. Yes, it does. And this is the thing about cohabitating with a woman. So it happens, but I'm happy. I like to stay on her good side because she has that Italian temper, and I don't like to provoke that. Thankfully, I'm a bit of a wordsmith, so I can get my point across without pissing her off, which is a talent in itself. But it's awesome. She's a spitfire, guys. I will say that. I am lucky. Great future stepkid, great future wife. So I'm on top of the world about that. But let me say hi to everybody in the chat because we got quite a few people here. First here was Papa Cotton, and Papa Cotton, thank you for being our mod this evening. Tiny Metal Trees is in the chat. Big John is here. Big John has been sending me some great info here lately. And we'll share some of that as the show goes on. But yeah, happy Pride Month, says Papa Cotton. Listen, today, let's just say it's not June 20th, it's Groom 20th. And that's exactly what it is. This is Groom Month. Let's be real. I mean, listen, I'm all for people being, gay, lesbian, whatever. You love who you love. But, I'm not going to indulge the stupidity. I'm not going to indulge the radical, the trans mafia. I'm not going to do that. I don't agree with them. I don't buy into their agenda. And they are forcing their agenda, not only on us, but our children. And I draw the line at that. So, yes, I defiantly say, fuck Pride Month. Okay? So let's just put that out there. One Man Show says, Ohio schools, been there, done that, regret it still. Keeley says Ohio is slowly becoming a red state. It is. This is a pivotal swing state in any election. It has been for years. And yes, it's gone red. We were at purple the longest time, and it's gone red for sure. There's a lot of the people, especially after the East Palestine incident, and you guys knew from my coverage down there. And shout out to Will for helping me with that. Those people will never vote Democrat again. Hell, they won't vote for some Republicans again because they left the people down there holding the bag. Never did they really come to their aid. And that's the federal government for you. That's the government we have right now. A weaponized Department of Justice, 3-letter agencies operating rogue. I mean, it's insane. If you take a step back, look at the 1,000-foot view, and hello, just another red shirt. Thank you as well for manning the wrench, and Sean Estep as well. Thanks for stopping in, Sean. Great to see you, buddy. And I'm glad that we have the crowd that we have on short notice. It's awesome. I do apologize in advance. I'm not sure how the stream quality is, but we're working with it, so hopefully this Wi-Fi holds up. Hail Resistance, Hail Supreme Heretic, says Terminus Est. Hail to you, my friend. Great to see you, Terminus. Now I want to get into the big news because I didn't get to do the show last week. Obviously I've got a lot of stuff going on, with all these life changes and things that are happening. The priorities changed. Some of the time it's going to come to where I can't do the show because something comes up, and that's fine. With a child involved, you just never know. But I do want to say hail to Tina Bojan. Tina Bojan is here. She says, "Good evening, friends. Great to see you, Tina. The Time Prophet's here. Great to see you as well." And let's get into our first topic. And obviously, because I didn't do the show last week, I kind of missed out on the circus surrounding the indictment of former President Trump. Obviously, I stand by President Trump. I think this is a direct ploy to take him off the chessboard, if you will. They don't want him to run. They don't want him to say what he needs to say, because I think this time he's really gloves off when it comes to the global elite and the agenda. Like, he just doesn't care this time around, where he's going to say what he needs to say. And listen, I can respect that. The charges are bullshit. If you look at a lot of what they're talking about, the list of charges in the years that they carry are very well orchestrated, because if you pay attention to the years, they're like 30 years, 25, 15. It's ridiculous. But they want to get him out because he is not playing globalist ball. They do not like that. And, there are some things that I disagree with about on what he talks about, but he's not in bed with the globalists. And give me 1 second, guys. Hold that thought. I got someone knocking on the door here, so give me a second. Ugh. All right, sorry about that. So let's talk about these charges. And I don't think that the classified documents, presidents have the right to declassify anything they want. They have the right to have classified documents if they are stored and handled in the correct manner. Now, the raid on his property was, well, that's against the Fourth Amendment in itself. Illegal search and seizure. Can't do that. That is a big no-no. So you have that working in his favor. But they are operating on the idea that he shared classified information with parties that didn't have clearance. And, if he confided, let's say, in someone, something of like, hey, there might be an attack on a cartel, whatever, something like that. All right. If that information is still compartmentalized, then what did he compromise in the terms of national security? It could be a comment to one of your inner circle. So I think this is a witch hunt. I really do. And in my heart of hearts, I believe that the man's Fourth Amendment rights were breached. with the search in general. So I don't think that this case has a leg to stand on. However, you have judges and you have these juries that they can pack with anti-Trump people and everything else, because the people trying to prosecute this case are going to try to select jurors that they think are anti-Trumpers. I don't even think that he's going to get a fair proceeding. And that's what bothers me about this. The breach of the Fourth Amendment is what, at its core, really bothers me about this. I'm a Constitution guy. So I don't like this. I don't like this one bit. And I don't know what you guys think about it, but yeah, I don't trust the process here. This is clearly an attempt to remove a political opponent. This happens in dictatorships, in communist countries, third world countries. It's inconceivable that this is even happening in America. I mean, I go back to, remember that interview I always tell you guys to reference, the interview with Yuri Bezmenov. Oh, sorry. And, he said that, hi, honey. He said that all this stuff was going to happen. And that was what, 84, 85? He called it. He said they were going to demoralize us. They were going to take over every institution. And they've done that. America is now a communist country, you guys, and make no bones about it. It is right in your face. All you have to do is look at the major, quote, activist campaigns going on right now. Look at what we had during the lockdowns. Look at what we had with Black Lives Matter. Look at what we had, or what we have going on right now, which the current thing is pushing trans pride, pushing all of this nonsense, like painting these people as if they're a majority of society as opposed to a minority, which they are. All you have to do is look at the numbers and you'll see these people are 0.003% of society. They're microcosm. I mean, microcosm. Not even. But this is all meant to cut the population down. Time Prophet is right. And again, I'm tying this back to President Trump because Big John makes the exact point I wanted to make. He's a threat to the system, so he must be removed by any means. It's exactly what is going on. Time Prophet said they're pushing trans people because they want to cut the population down from WEF. That's exactly it. And the same thing with separating us on the boundaries of race identity, of religious identity, everything identity. There's a reason for that. You have to go to the identity card because people that are free thinkers know that your fellow humans bleed red. We have more similarities than we do differences, but they don't want you to see it. So they have to condition you. They have to manufacture strife. They have to manufacture division because by default, people with a thinking mind, an open mind, understand that we have more in common than we do difference. And yes, Papa Cotton, there's attacks on infrastructure every day. And again, you don't see those in the news because that's part of it. There's a three-pronged plan, okay? Keep people from reproducing, starve people, shortage people to death on textiles and other goods. So you can't eat, you won't have clothes, you won't have coffee, you won't have paper plates. Think about it. That is what they're going for. That's what they're going for. And this is the type of shit that you have candidates this time in a race that are willing to talk about it. Robert Kennedy, Donald Trump. I forget what his name is, but there's a fellow, an Indian fellow, Vivek. Oh God, I can't think of his last name. It'll come to me eventually, but he is in the race as a presidential candidate, but he's still firmly standing behind, President Trump. And here's a little tip. We can talk about globalist ties. Ron DeSantis, when you research him, is Ramaswamy. Yeah. Thank you, Tiny Metal Trees. But the key point here is you actually have some free-thinking candidates in this race. Now, will they be allowed to have a voice? They're trying to muzzle Kennedy now, which he's running as a Democrat, but they're trying to muzzle him big time because he knows the truth about COVID and he put it out there. COVID's an op. The vaccine is an op. The vaccine was a weapon. Just Another Red Shirt makes a very great point here. All of them pushing global warming, which we know the WEF operates on that lie. That's their main bread and butter to go to. So why do you think they push EVs and solar panels and wind farms and stupid shit like that? Widely adopted EV charging would crash the grid. Thank you for that great comment, Red Shirt. Yes, it's exactly what they'll do. One Man Show says a nice major solar event would resolve a few problems. Yes, it would. A mass coronal ejection would be great. Time Prophet says global warming is a lie, which is why they changed it to climate change, because climate is always changing. Yes. I mean, and again, we get into a deeper issue. It's changing the meaning of words. It's changing language. It's changing ideas simply to condition thought pattern. They want to change your thought patterns. They want you to think right is left and left is right. Down is up and up is down. They want you to think that shit. Everything's asked backwards. And they want you to think like, oh, there's nothing to see here. It's just natural. No, it's not. But that is a type of agenda that they push. And it's very sinister because they don't care about us adults. What they're going after is our children. They're going after, God, the babies in school. They're going after the vulnerable teenagers. So many of these teenagers have been turned transgender by people lying to them. People saying, well, if you have thoughts of confusion about being a boy, then you must be a girl. And vice versa. If a young girl is confused, oh yeah, you must be a boy. And what happens? These kids end up mutilating themselves. And then they can't go back. But that is what they want. And my God, I haven't seen anything ever that patently evil. Absolutely ridiculous. So we need to really band together and figure out the best solution. Now, I can tell you what the solution is because you can believe in Donald J. Trump all you want. You can believe in your candidate of choice. But at the end of the day, nobody is coming to save you. Nobody is coming to save you. The only people that can save us are us. All right? You see what the extreme left does. They organize. That's how they push their insidious agendas. We have a right to organize militias. We have a right to do a lot of things. And people sit on their hands, even knowing what is happening. So, this is a precise reason why we have 2A. And hail to Rita. It's great to see you, honey. Love you. I miss you so much. Tiny Metal Tree says, I am in a progressive place and it is unnerving. I am hustling to move. Yeah. The progressive agenda is scary as shit. And we're all going to be starving and in the breadline. That's where they want us. Low Spec says, they all confused. It's puberty, for fuck's sake. Yeah. But remember, Low Spec, we went through normal puberty. These are people that are trying to control puberty or give kids hormone blockers so that they don't even experience it in the correct manner. I mean, it's crazy. And this guy, LB, I know you come on here just to talk shit, but yeah. Climate change is bullshit, homie. They pay scientists to say that all this shit's happening, but it's bullshit because anybody that lives in any sort of place by the water, by ice caps that melt, anywhere, can tell you that the planet goes through natural progression. It goes through phases. There's no global warming. If anything, we're going to have a global ice age. The opposite. Yeah, time profit. They have gone after the farmers. Absolutely. Attacking the supply chain. We are under attack. We are at war on all fronts. People don't realize it because they live in a safe bubble. They think that everything's going to change if they just go to work, if they just cast your vote, if you go and you follow the rules and don't say anything. Well, no, it's not going to change. What's going to happen is if you comply blindly and don't ask questions, then you are going to get wiped out. That's just the bottom line of all of it. The Time Prophet says, we want more global warming in Britain. It has rained all week. Just another red shirt says, avoid crowds, learn to grow vegetables, raise chickens, get out of cities and towns where you're not allowed to do those things. Yeah. You know, the blue cities where everything is terrible, Chicago, Philadelphia, things like that. What do you make of that? There's a reason why they've stirred up so much dissent in underprivileged communities. They can take all that property, buy it for cheap, repurpose it for the purpose of making those WEF sponsored 15-minute cities and centralize everybody into pod housing, into, you know, there won't be any grocery store because you're going to have like all of this stuff within like a 2-minute walk of you. Or you're just going to be ordering online. It's terrible. But this is where we're at. You know, guys, there's so much shocking shit happening. I saw on Twitter the other day, there was 3 or 4 people that were all over the story where there are these mysterious military buildups in major cities right now. Now, a lot of people think that it's the Army on drill, it's the Marines on drill, whatever. And that may be the case. I'm not going to say that that's not the case. But what I will say is, it's funny because you're seeing heavy duty equipment. Like somebody saw a flight of Ospreys. Someone else saw a plate of F-22s. Something big is coming. And whether it is going to be a PSYOP, whether it's going to be a false flag event, whatever it is coming. There's rumors that we're already under a major cyber attack. And oh, by the way, Klaus Schwab would have you believe that's the next big thing that's coming. So, yeah. But I'm of the mindset I want to get more information on these military buildups because they could be soldiers on drill. They very much could be. But in the population centers that this equipment and these troops are showing up in, it is a head scratcher and it tends to make you wonder. So I don't know what you think about that, but that made me raise an eyebrow. I mean, we're talking states like Arizona, Nevada, California. You know, people have seen it around New Jersey. Yeah. Shit is getting crazy. but we don't know what's going to happen. But as Red Shirt alluded to, yeah, we all are going to need the basics to learn to survive. You better find good neighbors that you can count on in thick and thin that you'll be able to barter with, trade with. It's going to get that bad. And if they continue to tank the economy and they replace our currency, forget it. And they are creaming all over themselves to want to go to a digital currency. Big John says, I think something big is getting ready to happen. Why would you send missile defense systems to the West Coast for no reason? Yeah, they're trying to orchestrate a war, but let's also ask the question, why do you allow continually the enemies of America to have your own weapons? Because it's called playing both sides. These are very strange times that we live in, folks. And I'll be damned if I just sit down and shut up and not do anything. CJ says a nuke will drop, I've been told. Everyone this months ago, but everyone ignored it. You know, and listen, we can pat ourselves on the back, those of us that said, yeah, there's going to be a military buildup, da da da. Well, point for you. But is it really a point when other people don't take it seriously? I don't know. Oh boy. I just hope that we can weather the storm of all this nonsense. I hope that President Trump is the nominee. I hope that we can actually manage somehow to get him back in. But I really am not confident about that, you guys. I'm not. And also, we have a lot of people here. So please, again, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, make sure you click on that subscribe button. Check it out. If you want to leave a comment, by all means, please do. If you want us to do like a regular chat for you, and you have something you want to say, use the super chat or something else, and I'll copy it to regular chat. We'll use it on the next show. Hey, baby, worship me at one of my many government-funded shrines. Bless the fit. Sorry, guys, bear with me here. I'm just checking some of this. Not to mention, I have very noisy people above my head. Yeah, we're going to have to end up being the ones to fix the issue. Because there is no one man or woman coming to save us. We got to we have to rely on one another. We have to band together. I mean, that's just what it is in a nutshell. Because that's the only way this agenda is going to be defeated. That's the only way that normalcy is going to be restored, and actual true freedom is going to ring around the world. Because right now, a lot of places, it's no chat to rest at all. There's no place to rest, and it's a shame. I look at the people in this extended stay. I mean, my God, this housing crisis has got everybody stuck here. Yes, time prophet, I am in a hotel. Build your bunkers. Well, I basically am going to have to build a blanket for it here because there's not much in the way of being able to build for a bunker. But yeah, let's hope that that blanket fort holds. They created a housing crisis in order to begin putting female pronouns on the infrastructure. Yep. Yeah, I'm telling you, we're going to need bunkers, safe rooms, the whole 9 yards. You know, I keep telling my wife to be, look, when we get um an actual like roof over our head and we're not sitting in a hotel, you know, there's going to be a room in the basement with go bags. We're going to have it's going to be stocked with Ice Mountain. And no, it's not a plug for Ice Mountain water, but I love Ice Mountain. It's going to be stocked with water. It's going to be stocked with ammunition.
Okay, I'm out.
Come on, honey.
Okay.
You know we got to be prepared.
And your parfait's food.
But that is the way it is. I just love how she comes in the background like, on that note, peace.
Yeah.
Oh God. I love my wife, you guys. She's amazing. But yeah, CJ says the air will be so full of radiation. Well, we shall see, dude. I will say this. All right, guys. And this is very interesting because I don't know if this happened to anybody else. Now, these wildfires that they had in Canada, obviously we're across the lake from Canada. All right. Not long after, Vanessa got sick. I got sick. The youngin is sick. So, just saying, it's crazy. Keely Chow says we have to be prepared for the fall of society. Yeah, absolutely, we do. CJ says they lit those fires to force people into the cities. CJ, I don't think you're wrong.
God.
I don't think you're wrong.
CJ, I'm on board.
See? Vanessa agrees with you. But, they've been spraying shit into our air for the longest time. You guys see it. I've gotten pictures from viewers before showing me the trails from the jets, the whole 9 yards. We got the fluoride that's going in the water. Everything. I mean, everywhere you turn, they're trying to kill us or they're trying to make us eunuchs. That's why in a way, oh God, I pray to God that we end up pregnant. I do. Because we got to keep this great human race going. I really do. Just Another Red Shirt says, if you can keep your head while all the people around are losing theirs, you'd better be prepared to defend your stuff. Apologies to Rudyard Kipling. Very cool comment, Just Another Red Shirt. Love that. CJ said, I wonder if 15-minute cities won't be above ground but will be underground. That is a big time possibility as well. Tiny Metal Forest changed to Tiny Metal Trees. He jumped up in the world. I am still building my business. It's the best way I can help. Yeah. You know, listen, one of the things that my wife is foolish on, support local. Support local. Because your community will get your back. Small business owners, which usually consist of free thinkers anymore, will get your back. Dwayne says, the chemtrails saying it's nothing, but it's altering our climate. Yeah, that's what they're using. That's how, again, we talked about climate change earlier. How do you think they justify it?
We're running the show next week, Shane.
Exactly. CJH says they will either use Operation Bluebeam or something like that and launch the nukes that way. Yeah, maybe. Big John says, I'm glad you got the information I sent you. I appreciate it, dude. You know, yeah. There's a lot to this puzzle. But we need to band together, as I said before. Keely Chow says, I miss the free-thinking old school liberals. I do too. Because they actually at one time were anti-establishment. Then they sold out. They got taken over by the commies. So those people actually got pushed more to being today's libertarians. They are. A lot of them, you talk to them, they used to be liberals. There's a lot of conservatives used to be liberals. I mean, it's crazy, but you know, they've seen the light and the destructiveness that is the modern Democrat platform. And they've used the Democrat Party as the Communist Party. It's exactly what it was. They hijacked it. Why do you think JFK was eliminated? JFK was taken out by the CIA, and he was taken out because he was going to expose all the corrupt three-letter agencies. That's why. He was going to put the whole plan on display. He was going to do what Trump is doing. He was in the way. That's why the CIA took him out. 100%. Because he was going to expose it all. So they spilled his brains on the sidewalk and said that the mob did it. Yeah, Tucker was exactly right about JFK. They busted the CIA into admitting it. But again, they're above the fucking law because they are the law. Anybody see what's wrong with this picture? It's ridiculous. Then we have a border crisis. We're getting all these Mexicans. The wetbacks are flooding over the fucking border. They're trafficking our fucking kids. The cartels are running our southern states. And who the hell's doing something about it? There are some Border Patrol guys, and I will say this. I made friends with the Border Patrol agent. The guy's doing a hell of a job, but he has his hands tied on purpose. The current administration tied their fucking hands. So they cannot deport. They cannot do shit. Godzillionaire, great comment. Great to see you, brother. Godzillionaire says, in other news, the CIA has concluded the CIA did nothing wrong. Yeah, absolutely. Papa Cotton says, JFK was killed a week after he said the same things Alex Jones says today. Let's think about that for a second, guys. JFK killed a week after he said the same things Alex Jones has been telling us now. Mind blower right there. Keely Chow said if Malcolm X was still alive, he'd have a lot to say about the white liberals and black conservatives. Absolutely. Malcolm X would be one of the best black conservatives out there. CJH says this has happened before. Government used the wars to wipe out the Tartarian Empire and the Giants. The proof is in any old building still up in old maps. Yeah, and I've heard about Tartaria. I've heard that stuff. And I might do a show, a Midnight Prism, when I bring it back, and we'll talk about a little more into Tartaria. Steve Kenobi says, hello there. Hi there, Drew. You mean old bastard. How are you doing today? I'm doing great, Steve. Great to see you.
Hi, Steve.
One Man Show says Alex Jones is a hate monger pushing merch. I don't know. Listen, he has some good takes. One Man Show. I will say that he's been right more than he's been wrong. So. Yep, just another red shirt agreeing with Keely Chow's assessment about Malcolm X. He had a lot to say about white liberals when he was alive. Yeah, because he knew what was up. And that's the thing. They're old men with a lot of money. They're 1%ers. They're running the fucking show. They stir up a race war. That's exactly what it was. It's always been about reducing that population number. I mean, you have the Club of Rome, you have all kind of crazy ass organizations that support this shit. And they're all 1%ers, they're all global elites. 13 original bloodlines, guys. Rockefellers, Rothschilds, so on and so forth. You know it. So, all right, we're closing in on the 8 o'clock hour. We've been live for about 54 minutes. I'd say this is a pretty damn good show for being by myself, and I'm glad to do it. I'm glad we got to talk about the big news, which was the Trump indictment. Guys, please keep an eye on it, because that is unprecedented from the sense of this is the biggest setup politically since Nixon. So pay attention. And feel free to hit me up on Twitter if you guys want to talk about this. I mean, we could talk about this because that's where great ideas for shows are born. So, all right, I'm going to leave it there, guys. I want to thank everybody. Sorry that there wasn't a multi-person panel tonight, but, hey, we made the best with what we had. Thank you so much. This has been episode 68 of United Resistance. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. I will see you next week, next Tuesday. And until then, I love you guys. Peace.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, hi, Coast Casino.
Hey, welcome to Sporking News Podcast. My name is Scott. Ivy Temple Queen of the Place to Be Reviews.
I am the Patriot, Drew Taylor, aka Supreme Heretic.
The Red Gaze on YouTube, at the Red Gaze on Twitter.
What up, what up, what up?
Hello, everybody. It's me, Vinny.
The voice of Immortal Coil.
Oh, hey, I am the Ghost Bear.
What's going on, Tom? You didn't get anybody to like this?
Yeah, I'm Wes Moody of the Wes Moody Webcast.
Tone Death rocking.
We have a lot of cool things over there. I did some magic tricks.
Hi guys, try to stay here.
My name is Monkey Knight.